Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Mahomes now on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there for KC. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now here's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start the drive with Murphy, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to fire one out wide. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. And
when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
It got his man complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Murray now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Second and 10. Murray going to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Murray off play action. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Murray staying put for now. They'll go for it on 4th down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. On 3rd down, Keenan. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he comes back with 1 complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A shotgun handoff to Murphy. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They faked the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Murray. Throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll go with Murphy here on 1st down. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Murray. Flushed out right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 38, and it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? They go play action. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st down, Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Steps away to his left. Looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defense.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target,
and they will take a 7-point lead.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the handoff, it's Murphy. Taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Murray now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Murphy. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be a second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Now here's Murphy. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Keenan, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead with the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
1st down, Murray. He'll buy some time right.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Murray. He finds his man complete. It's Murphy. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Flushed out right. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Play action. Now it's Murray. Rolling to his right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
They'll keep it on the ground. Keenan. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Touchdown! Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Keenan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They'll run on 1st down. Keenan, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
here's a handoff out of the gun.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 2nd down, Keenan. And a short gain here down to the 22.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Keenan. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
136 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On 2nd down now, Keenan. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Mahomes going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. From 13 yards out.
And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for KC. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. On the ground with a tight end. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Butker on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Back to throw, Murray.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. To throw is Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Murray to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. That's going to be caught, and he'll be out of bounds. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one, is tempted to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd, carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Murray, one final try. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.